You know, we think we know our dogs pretty well. But what if I told you that they're living in a completely different reality than we are? One that's happening all around us, but is totally invisible to our human senses.
I mean, you've seen this, right? Your dog just freezes, the hair on their back stands up, and they start growling at, well, nothing, an empty wall. It's kind of creepy because you just know they're seeing something you can't.
So, no, they're not going crazy, and they're probably not seeing ghosts. What's really happening is that they are tapped into a whole other layer of the world that we are completely blind and deaf to. And today, we're going to tune into their frequency and figure out what's going on.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into how they sense the actual physical world around them. And I'm talking about everything from the electricity buzzing in your walls to the planet itself.
Think about it. To us, our homes seem pretty quiet most of the time. But for a dog, oh, it is a full-blown symphony of high-frequency sounds. Their hearing range is more than double ours, which means they're listening to a soundscape we can't even begin to imagine. So that wall they're growling at, they might be hearing the high-pitched whine of the electrical wiring inside it. That flickering light bulb in the other room, to them, it could sound like a piercing digital scream. They aren't staring at nothing. They're listening to the secret soundtrack of your house. And it's not just sound. This is where it gets really wild. They can actually see the planet's invisible magnetic fields. They have this molecule in their eyes called cryptochrome, and it basically gives them a built-in compass. It's how they can navigate so well, and it's probably why they spin around a few times before they poop. They're literally aligning themselves on the Earth's north-south axis. All these incredible senses combine to make them one of nature's best early warning systems. They can feel the air pressure drop right before a big storm rolls in. They can hear the super low rumble of tectonic plates from an earthquake that's miles away. They can even feel the ground's first tiny tremors, the P waves, seconds before we feel any shaking. But their senses aren't just pointed outwards at the world. They are tuned directly into us. They are decoding our bodies like a biological open book. Just let that number sink in for a second. 100,000 times. That's how much more powerful a dog's sense of smell is compared to ours. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around. They don't just smell things, they analyze the world on a molecular level. And this is where that incredible superpower becomes, well, literally life-saving. You hear stories like this all the time, and they are absolutely true. Dogs can smell the unique chemical compounds that diseased cells give off, including many types of cancer, long before any medical test can detect them. They are smelling illness. This is exactly why you can never, ever truly lie to your dog about how you're feeling. I mean, you can put on a brave face, force a smile, but you can't stop your body from releasing chemicals. They just bypass your expression and smell the truth. They smell the adrenaline when you're scared, the cortisol when you're stressed. They smell your emotions. They can smell the hormonal shifts that happen during pregnancy, sometimes even before a test can. And that gut feeling you get when your dog growls at someone new, you should trust it. They're probably smelling chemical signals of fear or aggression, bad intentions. They're a living, breathing judge of character. But some of their most important work actually begins after we've gone to bed. While we're sleeping, they take on this secret job as our protector. See, dogs don't really sleep as deeply as we do for long stretches. They drift into this incredible half-alert state many times throughout the night. It's this brilliant evolutionary trick that lets them rest their body while keeping their senses, their hearing, their sense of smell, online and ready for anything. So while you're off in dreamland, they're running this whole security protocol. They're scanning for any unusual sounds or smells. They might get up and give you a little nudge. That's a wellness check, making sure your breathing is okay. They might do a silent patrol of the house, securing the perimeter, before coming right back to your side. It's a mission they run every single night. And there's a really deep chemical reason for all this closeness. When they're sleeping right next to you, that physical contact actually causes both of your brains to release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's the same chemical that bonds a mother and a new baby. So it's not just about comfort, it's a nightly ritual that's hardwiring your biological bond even deeper. So when you start to put all these pieces together, you realize that what we have with our dogs, it's so much more than just companionship. It's a really deep sensory and chemical partnership. Your dog doesn't just see you standing there in the present moment. Their world of scent is kind of like a time machine. When they sniff you, they smell where you've been today, who you were with,
They can smell the entire emotional cocktail of your day. They are literally reading your life story through the air.
So I'll just leave you with this. The next time your dog starts barking at an empty corner or nudges your hand with this strange urgency or just refuses to leave your side, stop for a second and think. They're not being weird. They're giving you a detailed report from a world you can't see. The only real question is, are you listening?